Okay, guys, I'm gonna do a discourse on what is the mark of the beast. Now, I've looked into this for the past few hours. I mean, it's not. I've looked into it for quite a while, right? But tonight I put something together, and I'm gonna go through it, and we'll see what we come up with here. Now, there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot of rumor that it's the RFID chip and that Obamacare, that bill that was passed, legislates that an implant will be put into everybody. Is that true or not? And if it's not the implant, if it's not the RFID chip, well, then what is it? All right. So I'm going to go through, I've laid out a few things, and we're going to go through it, and we'll see if that rumor is true or not. And if it's not, well, then what is it? Okay. So we'll start out with this.
We began to investigate and find out where in the body does the temperature change the most rapidly.
Și așa că ne-am dus și am făcut cercetări să vedem în care parte a corpului temperatura se schimbă cel mai mult.
We spent over $1 million in taxpayer money.
Am cheltuit $1.000.000 în proiectul acesta din banii celor care plătesc taxele.
And when the results came back, it was determined that there were two places in the body that were ideal for the microchip.
Astfel am ajuns la concluzia că erau două locuri în corpul omenesc care sunt ideale pentru a plasa acest microchip.
One was just below the hairline on the forehead.
Una era chiar lângă păr, pe frunte.
The other place was the hand, the right hand preferred, because most people are right-handed.
Alt loc era pe mâna dreaptă, pentru că majoritatea oamenilor.
They told me not to read the book of Revelation.
Și mi-au spus să nu citesc cartea Apocalipsa.
Then one day I came to Revelation 13, verse 16.
Odată am ajuns să citesc în Apocalipsa, capitolul 13, versetul 16.
And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
Și au făcut ca toți, mici și mari, bogați și săraci, slobodi și robi, să primească un semn pe mâna dreaptă sau pe frunte.
I didn't like what I saw. And I said, God, this isn't it. We didn't do it.
Și am spus, Doamne, nu e asta, nu ce-am făcut noi.
He said, go to the word for 666.
Și Dumnezeu mi-a zis, mergi la cuvântul care...
All right. So now let's listen to what Aaron Russo has to say about the RFID chip.
Right? And they want to create a new currency called the Amero, right? And the whole agenda is to create a one world government where everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. All money is to be in those chips, right? There'll be no more cash. And this is getting me straight from Rockefeller himself. This is what they want to accomplish. And all money will be in your chips. And so instead of having cash, anytime you have money in your chip, they can take out whatever they want to take out whenever they want to. If they say you owe us this much money in taxes, they just deduct it out of your chip digitally.
Total control.
Total control. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip. And you have nothing. You can't buy food. You can't do anything. It's total control of the people.
And that chip's connected to a database that has your purchasing records, what you do, what you sell.
Everything is in there, you know? And so they want a one world government controlled by them, everybody being chipped, all your money in those chips, and they control the chips, and they control people, and you become a slave. You become a serf to these people. That's their goal. That's their intentions.
Eric, you be specific about when you met Rockefeller, how it happened in these discussions.
All right, here's another clip. where Aaron Russo talks about the RFID chips.
This is Aaron Russo, a filmmaker and former politician. To his left is Nicholas Rockefeller of the infamous Rockefeller banking and business dynasty. After maintaining a close friendship with Nicholas Rockefeller, Aaron eventually ended the relationship, appalled by what he had learned about the Rockefellers and their ambitions.
I got a call one day from an attorney woman I knew, and she said, "Would you like to meet one of the Rockefellers?" I said, "Sure, I'd love to." And we became friends, and he began to divulge a lot of things to me. So he said to me one night, he said that there's going to be an event there, and out of that event, you're going to see, we're going to go into Afghanistan, so we run pipelines from the Caspian Sea, we're going to go into Iraq to take the oil and establish a base in the Middle East, and we're going to go into Venezuela and try and get rid of Chavez. And the first two they've accomplished, Chavez they didn't accomplish. And said you're going to see guys going into caves looking for looking for people that they're never going to find. You know, he's laughing about the fact that you have this war on terror. There's no real enemy. He's talking about how by having this war on terror, you can never win it because it's an eternal war. And so you can always keep taking people's liberties away. And I said, how are you going to convince people that this war is real? He says, but the media. The media can convince everybody it's real. I mean, you know, it's just that you keep talking about things, you keep saying it over and over and over again, and eventually people believe it. You know, you created the Federal Reserve in 1913 through lies. You create 9/11, which is another lie. Through 9/11, you're fighting a war on terror, and now all of a sudden you go into Iraq, which was another lie, and now they're going to do Iran. You know, and it's all one thing leading to another, leading to another, leading to another. Now, I would say, what are you doing this for? What's the point of this thing? You have all the money in the world you ever want. You have all the power. I said, you know, you're hurting people. It's not a good thing. And he would say, what do you care about the people for? Take care of yourself and you take care of your family. And then I said to him, what are the ultimate goals here? He said, the ultimate goal is to get everybody in this world chipped with the RFID chip, and have all money be on those chips and everything on those chips. And if anybody wants to protest what we do or violate what we want, we just turn off their chip.
That's right, microchipped.
All right. So here's an official video about this chip. And we'll watch that.
To think something so small can connect you to everything that matters.
When your life and all you love are on the line.
HealthLink is always with you when every second counts in the emergency room, providing immediate access to your medical records.
Because Rob has trouble remembering all his medications.
Because I'm in love with my kids' kids.
Because my car lost control while driving.
Because now I'm looking out for both of us.
Because I have diabetes, but it doesn't have me.
Because I spend my life in the ER trying to save yours.
Hey, what is up, YouTubers? It's Matt Larson 10, and today I'm gonna.
Wow. All right, so there's some information on that. I'm sure you've all looked at that before. So, is that rumor true? Is that what's going to happen? So I did some research on that. Even looked up the actual bill. And the bill that finally got passed. There was prior bills to that, but the final Obama healthcare bill was H.R. 4872. And I've got some other research here too. Like this one here shows that the original bill was H.R. 3200 and then H.R. 3590. We've got one here, 4872. And that was the final bill. The best way to resolve questions like this is to go to the primary source document. The short answer to the question as to whether there is a microchip implant requirement in Obamacare is no. Here's the long answer. The first version of Obamacare is the House of Representatives proposed bill, H.R. 3200, which does have a reference to implant devices in the section on a National Medical Device Registry, but it isn't what you think. Instead, the implants refer to such implanted medical devices as cardiac pacemakers. The section on a National Medical Device Registry appears again in the final reconciliation version of the Obamacare bill. The 2,310 page H.R. 4872, specifically subsection C, subtitle C, National Medical Device Registry, on pages 2056 and 2063. Now I've read through this, but I'm not going to read through that right now for the sake of time. I will post all the links in this video, all the references in the description of this video, so you can go here and you can read this yourself. And so the critique on it is, in the final version, the actual 974-page Obamacare law, even that National Medical Device Registry section is deleted. I did a search for the words microchip, implant, medical devices, and registry in the law and found nothing. You can verify this for yourself by going to the PDF version of the law. Compilation of Patent Protection and Affordable Care Act of the 111th Congress, as amended through May 1st, 2010, and including Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act, health-related portions of the Healthcare and Education Reconciliation Act of 2010. To conclude, there is no microchip implant requirement in Obamacare. I like what he says at the bottom. We have more than enough reasons to object to Obamacare without conjuring up fantasies. So I suppose here's the final bill. And we've got another website which basically says the same thing. Microchip off the block. Obamacare health care legislation requires that everyone be implanted with RFID microchips by the 23rd of March 2013. And there's information here, some emails he got when this thing was first coming out. And you can read that. The new healthcare Obamacare law requires an RFID chip implanted in all of us. This chip will not only contain your personal information and tracking, blah blah blah, but this is not official information. This is someone's opinion here. Here's the actual quotes out of the act, and it talks about a medical device registry. Medical device registry. It could be implants, yeah, like pacemakers. Class blah blah blah. A class 2 device that is implantable, life-supporting, or life-sustaining. Class 2 device that is implantable. Then on page 104 describes what the term data means. In this paragraph, the term data refers to the information respecting a device described in paragraph 1, including claims, data, patient data summaries, and all that blah blah blah. So we'll go down to the critique here. First off, the reference information was not part of the Obamacare healthcare legislation actually enacted by Congress. So therefore, it wasn't these things. Those were just bills. They weren't actually passed into law. The page numbers and language cited on the example above were taken out from H.R. 3200, an early House version of the Obamacare reform legislation, which was never passed by Congress. Passages cited from H.R. 3200 were therefore irrelevant, as that bill was never signed into law, and the cited wording did not appear in the enactment bill, H.R.